Welcome to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer reporting live from the Peace Mobile. As you can see, that sign says odd smoke shop. Yeah. Moon in Aquarius. Moon has just entered Aquarius. Going over the 0-degree Pluto mark. But we are going to come into an open conversation. That's keyword or a code word for the moon is making a Gemini signature with the sun. Once the moon is about like 24-25 degrees, it'll openly sextile. Be mindful of people who get defensive when you kind of call out facets of their character that are true. Maybe they don't want to really accept. Not like you're trying to like call people out, but even indirectly establishing this, just take a mental note of it, but don't pay it too much mind. Other than that, this is an extraordinary advanced understanding, Aqua Moon, of the celestial abilities, third house to the sun, that will activate your ascended awareness, Sun and Sag. As the moon sextiles Mars, this is going to help you understand with strengthened knowledgeable quality where you can see you can activate this perception before we integrate it with the moon in Pisces. This will also give you knowledgeable understanding of the insecure element of those who are put off by the authenticity of your eccentricity. When you are out of bounds relative to what others consider normal, this makes you or them very uneasy about you. It makes it impossible to manipulate you. You don't necessarily abide by traditional or mainstream standards. And what I want to really speak about is that out of bounds mechanism. We will be feeling with the moon squaring Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus, the natural grounded physicality in contrast to the castles built in the sky, and this celestial understanding that takes the knowledge of something before it's grounded physically. This also helps you understand how you're stretching out your consciousness beyond what is considered normal. And once again, people do fear what they don't understand. So it's easy for many to not realize how they snitch on themselves. How one person could be so, convoluted or very, very, very convicted in their mind that what they're saying in that moment is the truth, when in reality they dug their own grave. They may not have been realizing how their social cues and nonverbal cues give away what they feel, and despite however cool they're trying to look, and this applies to so many people. If it applies to me, I can call myself out on that. But what's really key here is, as these things are revealed, this isn't really personal to you. You want to see how the truth of what you're saying is inspiring this revelation of character, for better or for worse. It's not always going to be in like a bad disagreeing setting. And for those of you who are, willing to see beyond mild deception and how certain people go in circles to reinforce false narratives instead of call themselves out for it because of pride or stubbornness, this indirectly is going to facilitate this activation, okay? New moon Sag, moon Cap, moon Aqua, third stage activation, which is going to strengthen this advanced knowledge. With the square here, it's also relative to the moon Jupiter Uranus conjunction 3 weeks ago, or we can say at the beginning of that 28-day cycle. We're now reaching the completion. Every month, especially with Jupiter in Taurus until May of 2024. Every month that we have moon in Taurus, we harvest it, moon in Scorpio, and then moon in Aquarius. We come into an advanced, knowledgeable completion relative to these 28-day cycles of how much stronger our capacity to harness natural energy is. We did the Scorpio season, Libra season. So the Sag season breakthrough effect of this is not only seeing how much more you have adapted this understanding of knowledge, but now knowing where to direct this vision. And this is what's going to activate celestial grade abilities. Even if you are not at that level, you will experience something that will enhance what will help move you forward. The purpose of this, of course, is to start to integrate this divine experience. So with the moon in Pisces initializing a new 28-day moon Saturn and moon Neptune cycle, you come into even deeper metaphysical understanding of how your vision shows you into and beyond the unseen to facilitate, of course, greater integration of this new vision we've activated. So we have to once again acknowledge we have activated a new cycle of ascension. That's new vision. That's new godhood that we are rising into. We have now understood the direction of integrity physically in Capricorn to take it. And this is what's going to now strengthen our knowledge of not only what we've activated, but you're going to finally know what to call it, how to communicate it. And that's what you're going to integrate by the time the moon is in Taurus and we start that 28-day cycle relative to that again. So very results heavy, while the activation of these abilities are bringing in this strengthened quality. And this is going to be really great to show you how much you've grown, but it's also going to challenge you to make sure you don't take that growth and reinforce old habits and patterns. The moon square to Venus in Scorpio will also juxtapose the element of extremeness relative to the detachment needed not to basically allow you to react uncharacteristically to external environmental experiences or experiences happen outside of you. Nothing's outside of you, but that you see happening, all right, versus monitoring them and continuing to see your vision. The new moon in Sag showed you the vision. Moon in Capricorn helped you understand what direction to take it. Now you want to fix that strength of vision. You're going to know more of the element of what you are creating through this spaceship, rocket, vision. And then we will find home with this vision once we know what it is in the dream. This will allow us to start to expand more what's possible, and it should be fun, okay? You definitely want to be mindful here that not everyone, some of you are very naive and you kind of expect other people to meet you at the place where you're meeting them, and then get surprised when they share their inner demons that they did not do the shadow work on. Not everyone who says they do shadow work really does shadow work. Some of them be feeding these demons, telling you it's shadow work. So like, by their fruit ye shall know them. And moon is in Aquarius of I know. You're going to start to know what you see and believe who people show you they are the first time. Trust me on this. You don't necessarily want to regret not taking advantage of that revelation sooner. People, and I'm not trying to say this to be negative, but insecure people hurt other people. So it's never really you that's the issue. Unless you have something you have to hold yourself accountable to, that you, right? But I mean in a sense where people projecting their disagreement or how you make them uncomfortable. This is really more your authenticity speaking to that part of them. They're just taking their anger out on you. So with the T squared, the extreme Venus and Scorpio, and eccentric, you know what I'm saying, Uranus and Taurus, this really challenges a lot of social themes relative to who you know you are versus who society expects you to be. And weak people employ weak tactics. You know, the real are not threatened because, you know, nothing real could be threatened. So people who employ these weak tactics are threatened. That's why they spit these ad hominem fallacies at you. That's why they get petty and, you know, say these underhanded disses. That's not for you. That's for them. You have to understand that these people have to say this to themselves so that they could feel okay about it. That's why it was unsolicited. They're threatened. No one who's real is going to be insecure and acting like, oh, it's a joke or whatever. We see you, bitch. Like, we see you, you weak little bitch. Like, that's it. That's all your attitude has to be. Attitude. The third house of this moon aqua is going to set the attitude now that you've seen this vision, and it's going to help you more comfortable to talk about it. All right, so just be mindful of that. You're going to be seeing true colors more than ever, for better or for worse. This is not even just the whole notion of seeing true colors is not a bad thing. I hate how that saying has been turned into a bad thing, when most people, you're not ever seeing their true colors, you're just seeing another shade of them. But with that being said, definitely take to heart a lot that is revealed to you, because this is going to give you an ascended quality of everything that we went through. Moon Leo, Sun Gemini. A lot of this is a completion from that element in June. And once again, the truth doesn't have to be defended. So just stay with the integrity of what you have carved out that works, and that is moving you forward, and let that speak for itself. Don't allow these dark forces to pull you down to their level, because insecure people need someone to feel better than. And, you know, you're not spending your time thinking about and wondering about these forces. So I just want you to just kind of be mindful of that, because once we start to wrap around Moon in Pisces and integrate, things will once again continue to not only get really fun, you now have an element of your vision to play with now that the moon in aqua has activated the knowledge of what it is, what those abilities that come with it is, and how this is going to literally advance your language based on you now seeing principles that you have only thought of before, but now you're seeing are more than real. Okay. This is going to evoke a crazy element of jealousy, especially with Venus in that hidden house, 12th house to Sag, where you may not be aware that certain people are feeling like it's unfair. You have certain blessings or gifts that to you might not even see as that big a deal. So be mindful of that too. What Venus and Scorpio getting ready to come into Sag is going to secure is the deepening intensity of the purity. Now that you've unlocked the classic direction of what type of people you want to connect with, who add to your authenticity and align with it, Scorpio is going to, of course, intensify how much pure sauce you put on towards securing this. Mind you, it is also opposite Jupiter Uranus. So you are harvesting this boon financially as Mercury is beginning the retrograde, and reevaluating how you access all of these abilities with the power of your brain, with great organizational quality. Okay, allow those who are insecure to talk about you behind your back, because they will never have the courage to address you to your face. All right, that has nothing to do with you. You don't have to worry about that. This moon in Aquarius, should you tap into it properly by just seeing your vision. You don't have to do anything else but just see your vision. Everything that you do not see in your reality that you want here, just see it. Don't wait for it. You see it as here. That's it. And act and live as if it's here. Not that hard. Okay. And with that being said, this is going to align you with situations, people, and experiences that are extraordinarily going to take this rocket ship blast off adventure to the next level. Allow that square once again to Uranus and Jupiter to inspire very powerfully how much more you should tap into your natural eccentricities and what makes you unique. All right. And that sextile to Chiron will enable you the healing of that vulnerability to do just that. Y'all stay blessed as always. Okay. I hope you enjoy this transit. For those of you who have been doing the work, this is going to be very rewarding, as you will know what you're working with and you'll see it very clearly. And until next time.